Hey everybody, welcome to Mindful Reality, reality TV from a mental health perspective. I got to admit, this is not going to be as long or as in depth of a recap as what I thought it would be. And that's because I didn't think of the fact that in the first episode, there's 40 people, 40 background stories. There's just so much to go through. There's so much to try to sift through, and there's so much to try to understand. And I'm sure there's going to be people that are going to be doing like real deep dives on episode one of season 40. But this is just going to be my general reaction. I think that on the entertainment side, it's going to be a slow burn. I shouldn't even say it's going to be a slow burn. Episode two is going to be a purge. So, episode two is probably going to be a lot better than episode one. Episode one was just kind of giving us filler information, trying to remind us where people are from, trying to hype us up on this era thing and give like background information on everything that was going on. I started to take notes, but I stopped probably midway through, honestly. I had Derek saying that Era 1 is the original Ninja Turtles. I had Emily calling Era 2 Gladiators. They had a little scene of CT saying that the challenge is like a second home to him and it's something that has helped him get back on his feet. Because you know that CT has been through a lot on the challenge. It showed Kara and Laurel, who are on the same era. And Kara said that era has the baddest women, which it pretty much does. However, with the way that it works, I think the way that the setup works is I was trying to understand it because I only watched like half of it at home and I watched half of it on my phone right after I finished a race. So it seems like, at least for the beginning, each era went out there and they did this first competition, and it was like the winner of the era is safe, and the last place person in that era automatically goes in, and then the first place person seems to choose the person who goes in against the last place person. And what was this thing called? I'm sorry, I forgot the name. I had written it down. Give me 1 second. The name of it was called the chamber. So the chamber is where everybody went in to plead their place in the game and to plead to not be in the first elimination. So I think one of the most dramatic things was Laura winning the first challenge again and Kara finishing in second again. So Kara finishing in second, basically, if you're not first, you're unsafe. It got the format. I don't know if the format's going to change throughout the season, but it actually kind of reminded me of Battle of the Sexes in a way. The way the format was way back in the day. And I think they had a couple of other seasons like that. I can't think of the season right now. I want to say whatever season that they said trim the fat, but that was like a little bit different. But they've had a few seasons like that where the winning team still has to throw somebody in or two people in. So they kind of showed Nerese and Olivia's beef, and Olivia was like, the one person I don't want to win is Nerese because of what we had last year. I know that she's gonna take a shot at me the first chance she gets. So when they were in the chamber, Nerese basically said the person that she wants to go against is Olivia. Oh, also people who are winners of that first challenge. CT, this is all the old people. CT, Rachel, Johnny. I think there was some others, but that's the ones that I wrote down of note. Derek ends up volunteering. Mark finished in last, and Derek ends up volunteering. This part was funny. He ends up volunteering and he says, Daryl has done so much for me in this game before, and I feel like I owe him one. So it's going to end up being, it looks like anyways, it's going to end up being Derek versus Mark. Daryl says, I love him, but I don't love him that much. Kara says, you can send me in and pray that I don't come back, or you can work with me. There are some interesting strategies going on within here because they don't know how the final is going to work. They don't know if they're going to be in a team, or they don't know if it's going to be like, excuse me, they don't know if it's going to be like a thing where they're in teams for a while and then it's like every man and woman for themselves. Like they don't know. So people have been trying to make the campaign. Like for instance, Tony Time was trying to make the campaign to Corey. Like, who would you rather be against in a final, Jordan or me? Who do you think you could more likely beat in a final, Jordan or me? And Corey was like Jordan, but we don't know if that's going to influence the decision because you could have two trains of thoughts. Your train of thought it could be like, I just want to make it as far as I can, and because I don't know about the format, I'm going to worry about that later. Or you could be like, I want the strongest players on my team because in the event that it's like a team versus team final, I want the strongest people to go with me. It's dangerous and it's risky because you don't know what exactly the game is going to be right now before it starts. Hi, Cass. So I was saying at the beginning, this is going to be a really short live because they really left us on a cliffhanger. They gave us a lot of background information, and then they didn't even show us who are the people who are going to be selected for the elimination. So we don't know who's going to be selected in the elimination. And honestly, that's where the episode ended. So next week, I expect a lot more. I expect us to see a lot more action because we did not see a lot of action. Oh, one more thing, I guess, was Polly and Theo having this vendetta against each other. And that was kind of playing out. And I'm like, yo, it's early for y'all to be going at it like this. So when y'all, so you can't even stay in the house together for more than one day. Like, how are two people gonna want to go in against each other? What was the other thing? Yeah, so I guess next week, 8 people are gonna be purged. That's unheard of. 8 people are gonna be purged. So next Wednesday's episode is going to be a lot to look forward to. This week's episode was eh, but I guess like it's a first episode of background information. I get it, but that's what I got for today. So please drop in the comments what you thought of this episode. What stood out to you the most? I might pop back on at a later time if I have enough comments to address. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Let's see. Let me read these before I hop off. Hey, Cass, I haven't watched either. I can actually chat. Hey, Mark, I don't watch the challenge, but just wanted to say hi. Thank you. I don't watch either. Let's see. Yeah, but I couldn't before. I have no idea what that was about. And the cast is 40 people. It's a lot of people. Thank you, Janet. I appreciate that. Okay, everybody. So, as I was saying earlier today, tomorrow morning, when I get the chance to watch the Big Brother episode, I'm going to do my Big Brother recap. And then tomorrow evening, after the Big Brother eviction night episode, I am going to jump on for a recap of the Big Brother eviction night. I might be on before then. We'll see. And then tomorrow morning, it's possible that I might have a combination of the episode review and then also a little bit of whatever's happening in the live feed. So, oh, you're behind, Janet. You're more behind than me. I just haven't seen tonight's episode. All right, y'all. Thank you for tuning in and have an amazing night.